welcome back to the season 5 recap. Wow, season 5. we made it 5 seasons throughout the show. That's awesome. This is the end of 2022, and gonna be the beginning of a brand new era of the show.
How did we get this far without a puma? I just don't get it. It's just weird.
You're not gonna understand any of that because that doesn't happen till like April, buddy. So they have to wait till April to get anything what's going on.
Keep your puma eyes peeled, folks.
All right. Anywho, so we're here in the Indie Film Cafe studio.
Hovel.
Place, whatever, cave. And we're going to be talking...
Headquarters.
I like that. Headquarters. That sounds very superhero-like. So we're here to talk about... first we're going to do a present exchange. And I will have a special guest coming in to kind of help us with Paul's present. But until then...
Paul needs a lot of help.
Yeah, Paul needs
help.
In
many different ways.
Yeah. But we've got Just Jenn here. How you doing, Jenn?
I'm here.
And she's running out of time, so let's get this moving.
I keep running out of energy for the day.
She's a little tired, but that's the way it goes when you come
it's
to
the
this
holidays.
place.
I'm surprised when people aren't tired.
Until she accepts her puma powers, I'm afraid she's just going to be run down.
All right, moving on, as you like to say, Paul. We're gonna be. I guess. Do you want to go first?
Yeah,
he's antsy. It's killing
Have
him.
a gift.
Oh, this is mine.
That's yours. Just Jenn. Have a gift.
Good Lord.
I know. God damn, Paul. Well, which one? What do you open? Do you want me to open this first?
No, whatever you want.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was a specific.
Your gifties.
Got the cards first.
The cards first.
Oh.
Of course, mine's it's the same one.
Cow.
It's a cow.
It's actually really cute.
It's a cute cow.
It is.
Oh, Santa cows.
And it just says Merry Christmas and Happy Moo Year.
Of course it does.
Of course it does. Merry Christmas.
Yay.
All right. So I know that's from Paul anytime I see it.
We were expecting a cow.
It doesn't even say your name.
Doesn't need to.
And it's a bunch of
crap.
Candy and stuff.
I'm dieting. Damn it. I'm dieting.
It is going to be loud here, folks.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. My friend is calling, so...
Oh.
Hold on.
Okay.
You guys keep talking.
Oh.
Keep talking. Keep rolling.
Keep talking. Okay.
So what do we got here?
Oh my God. I got more candies than I need. Really? Lip pops. Okay.
Well, not just candy.
Candies.
See? Check this out.
And, cardamom chai, which you introduced me to. I'm grateful. I love this in the evenings. Nice and warm. No caffeine. And more candies and more cardamom.
Yep.
Tea or chai?
Chai.
That one's a chai too? Cool.
Yep, they're both quick teas. You just pour it in boiling water and you're good to go.
Well, it just says cardamom. That's why I wasn't certain if it was a tea or chai. Gummies. Oh, golly. Instant apple ciders.
There you
Always
go.
delicious. I'm big into hot drink. God, ow! I'm going to be spending my whole January working out to work the weight off on Bombas.
You can share this with Dylan if you so choose.
2,000 desserts.
There you
Cookbook,
go.
Recipe book. Is this a hint? Ooh, lavender and honey cupcakes.
See, there's going to be all kinds of fun recipes
Snowflake
in there.
cupcakes. Holy crap. This is huge.
There you go.
French apple flan.
Merry Christmas.
Lemon and polenta sponge.
I thought there was all kinds of cool stuff in there.
Well, I'm looking through and there, I have a lot of cookbooks, a lot of baking cookbooks. And you tend to find there's certain recipes you see over and over and over again. And there's variations of them. There's different ones. But I am definitely seeing ones in here that I have not encountered before.
There you
like
go.
nutty double chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
There's classic ones. Berry meringue cookies. Ooh.
Ooh, macadamia nut cookies. That sounds good.
Macadamia nut, yes. Yep.
Cupcakes
and things. Yeah. Oh yeah, this definitely has different stuff I have not seen before. And I will take this as a hint. I'm guessing that you expect more desserts.
I don't know about expect. It's more like hope. Hope. I live in hope because your desserts are also tasty.
Yes. Well, after the holidays, I should have some more time
Yay.
to do stuff. Slide that in, so not everything tall. But you got this in here like Tetris? Good Lord.
I pack them in there, and yep, there you go.
You think I need an elf ears headband?
Of course, we all do.
Bells?
No, I should have taken the little thing off. Sorry.
It works. More chocolate.
Yes.
Snowmen.
Gotta have a chocolate
Oh my
snowman.
Cordial cherries. I'm going to not take those out because things will fall apart.
Hi.
Jello candy canes.
So just Jen's going through her loot.
Oh.
You have to dig through it.
I know. I saw that. Like Paul goes crazy.
I do. Hi. Good to see you.
Do we have another chair? Do we have another chair that she can sit at? Yep. Move.
And
Ah.
Sit on the table.
you gonna get these too.
Just lounge across it.
Absolutely.
And draw me like
Here
one of
you
your
go.
French girls.
Oh
Mm.
my gosh, guys.
Yep.
Ah.
Thank you.
All right. Good God. And Paul.
Oh well, thank you.
yours.
Yay. Can we find you a chair?
Huh? Oh, no. I'm good. I'll
You
take
sure?
care when I get home.
God dang, you're right. Well, I got he gave me a Heroes of Horror, thing.
Nice.
That's awesome.
In case you like horror movies.
Jen.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't think you knew that. I thought you introduced them.
No, I did not.
I got
sorry,
excited by
MeeChee
presents.
and Jen. Jen's one of our first, hosts.
That got
this is-
tricked into.
This is your business, right?
Oh, yes.
That's so awesome. Wow. I love your fold-out cards here. This is cool.
Nice.
Jonathan.
Oh, is it in there too? Okay.
We can't wait to create.
Okay,
with
let me.
you. That sounds good.
There's one for you, and actually,
Sorry.
same thing. One for me.
There's on the bottom.
Does it say on the bottom? For Paul.
Oh, okay.
This one's for you, Paul.
Sweet. Thank you.
And then I'll open it up in a little bit.
Microwave and dishwasher safe.
Ah,
What if it's a cupcake?
It's a cow.
it's a cow. Oh God, you just got him excited for a second.
Like,
Oh, no, sorry.
It's okay.
My bad.
I think he'll be more excited when he sees what it actually is.
So you already know?
I know what it is, yeah. Because I'm the one who bought it.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That is so cool.
Nah.
Check it out.
Oh, yeah.
nice.
With
Oh, Lordy.
Continuity Monkey. Thank you so much.
monkey. She gave me this one too. And look.
Oh yeah, Ed Wood. That's adorable.
Originally we wanted My Pet Monster, but it didn't work out. It's
Yeah.
the blue.
Yeah, the blue was just not working.
Aw.
Kept ruining it. The damn blue. Good God.
You know how many orders I had to change because of that? Oh,
Ooh.
my God.
Oh, jeez. Oh, what is this? It's a little elf ears.
There you go. There you go.
Or if you hold it correctly, it'll change first.
What?
Oh, nice.
So do you open up yours?
Oh,
Feel
okay,
free to open up yours. We're kind of all opening up our presents.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I was wanting chocolate today.
There you go.
Nice.
I was going to go to Walmart and get some chocolate.
There you go. You don't need to.
Thank you.
Lady always likes chocolate.
Oh,
And I'll tell you what, I have so much here that Paul gave me. I may give you some too. 'Cause a lot. Oh, it's shirts or
I
something.
can't find this
Oh,
anywhere.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I was looking for this last year, and I asked my husband to help me. And every time he looked, it was out of stock, or somebody wanted it was like $85 for it.
Oof.
One of those, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, I saw it there, and I was like, I saw it at the store today, and I was like, oh, I think MeeChee would like that.
Check, show Jen the shirt.
Oh. It's a Lavazza shirt. It's
Because he loves his Lavazza.
Oh.
Yeah, nice. I actually do like repping them, so actually be good for our
Well,
shows.
if we maybe you never know.
Yeah,
huh?
maybe they'll start giving us free Lavazza.
We've missed
Thank
you,
you.
MeeChee. You haven't been around much.
I've been busy with the granddaughter
Woo.
and, you know, and then,
Jeez.
School.
All the rest
too,
are like
right?
just candy,
No,
so I don't want to
I
like
know,
pickle
that's
in
what
every one.
I
I was doing the whole real
somehow,
estate.
and
Right.
I was like,
But-
holy crap.
Oh,
I-
you didn't give me
because I
one of
couldn't
these. I
find
love
one to watch the
these,
baby.
actually.
I couldn't take
So
the
thank
test.
you.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
then 6 months came and went.
I'm
I
sorry.
would like the Happy Holiday. I think I have
Me too.
these, but I don't have the Happy Holidays one, so I'm kind of.
It's okay.
But it's okay. It was
So,
good.
Yeah. Once you got your business thing going on, that's great.
Yes.
Good for you.
Free cheese, free.
Love it.
All right.
All right. Well, there you go. Thank you.
Yay!
A lot of
What do I
loot.
got? Cookies.
But here you go, Jen.
Yum.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cover me with glitter.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, and I got a fun little
So what
Christmas gift.
did you get from him? Like
A
what was that?
cookbook.
Oh.
A book?
A cookbook, yes.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well,
Those
Good.
are tahini and sesame
Ooh.
seeds.
good.
Thank you. Yes, 2,000 recipes, 2,000
Nice.
desserts,
well,
and
I'm
lots
such a
of
sucker for
candies.
cookies.
you might not be shocked then.
We're actually
No.
baking cookies like
Yeah.
my in-law
Desserts by the yard.
nieces and stuff.
So you got more desserts to make.
I was like, is this a hint? Do you guys need desserts? So I got another
well,
dessert.
we know you
box?
like to make them. You want one?
Yes.
A cookie?
Yeah, cookie.
Yeah.
I'm going with this right now.
Okay. Mm.
Oh,
Wow.
strudel.
Ooh, is this snickerdoodle?
That one is not. That's
Oh,
ginger.
ginger. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, there are snickerdoodles in there. Those are the gluten-free snickerdoodles, and then
I'm-
there's one that is a gluten-free maple pecan shortbread.
Ah, I'm gonna wait and bring these home and drink some hot tea
Mm-hmm.
in my new mug and
And your new
have them
mug.
tonight.
By the way, we haven't announced this yet, but MeeChee's going to be our new merchandising girl. So we're
Woohoo!
working on that.
Hey.
You know, yeah, she's really excited about it. I could tell.
But you caught her snacking,
No,
yeah,
no,
mid snacking.
Yes.
Sorry, mid nom
as
nom.
you like to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna take over the merchandising planet.
Yep.
That's cool.
And we'll show these off and let people see them, and maybe people will want one, hopefully. And then we'll direct them to you. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
I love the little continuity monkey. He's so cute.
He was like, I was thinking, what was I thinking about putting on first?
I know a cow, maybe.
I think
But-
it was gonna be like a cute little cow with gold horns.
Oh,
And I told her,
But
no,
he was
just
like,
continuity
"Yeah."
monkey. That's his thing. So she was like, send me a picture of him, and I found a picture that you took of continuity monkey
Yeah,
by
that's an
itself.
actual picture.
That you took
That's
of.
your continuity monkey on that.
Why not just a
You,
continuity
you
monkey?
guys notice whenever we post pictures of celebs and actors and actresses, we have them posing with the
Yes.
monkeys.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't like that
you.
one. She didn't probably like that one picture with Jessup.
We didn't ask for that. That
I know,
was,
she
that
did that
was-
on her own.
That was instant boob snuggles.
Yeah.
Remember that from
Lordy, yes, I remember that.
Shrunken
But you're
Heads?
very welcome for the
Yes,
cookbook.
thank you.
I think I thought you would really get a kick out of that when I saw it.
Yes.
There's a lot. And I was like looking through it going, oh God.
Well, this
Yep,
is a nice
yep.
little haul of stuff. Thank you
Wow.
all very much.
Thank you. I love it.
Yay.
Wow.
And I'm happy because my new laptop actually had a DVD player. So
Okay.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
rare.
I went with
Yeah.
DVD because I don't know if I don't know if people have Blu-ray players, these days or
Not
not.
everyone.
Some
yeah,
people don't.
Yeah,
No.
I used to, and then we all went to Roku and that other Fire Stick,
Mhm.
and we don't use the DVD players anymore. If we want to watch anything like this, put it in the laptop, hook it up to the TV, So, or buy it on Amazon and project it. All that new digital, new age stuff.
Oh.
Nobody does the classic stuff anymore. We still have VHS and a VHS player.
I
Nice.
mean, I bought a 4K Blu-ray player to replace the one that I bought that died after 6 months. I haven't put it together yet, so I'm hoping Lenore's going to help me put it together because, Grandpa don't know how to do nothing anymore.
I have a cheap Blu-ray player, and I love it for I still have my DVDs. I like collecting them because especially during the holidays, any holiday, Halloween, Christmas, you want to watch a classic. you're going to have to pay for it. It'll be
Right.
free
Yeah.
the rest of the year. And I'm like, no,
Did you know
I'll
this
put it on.
was the first year that they did not put Charlie Brown Christmas out on national TV,
Yes.
on
Mm.
I
network
was really
TV.
disappointed because
Did they-
I was ready because I have a Charlie Brown mug, the yellow, the yellow and black print. I have the hoodie, and I was ready. And then I read that, and I was like,
Every year since
but why-
since the year that I was born, 1966, it's been coming out.
But why did they not do it this year?
Someone else owns the rights, I guess. I don't know.
I was thinking somebody found something
You can-
wrong with
No,
it.
no,
you
no.
know?
You can watch it, but you have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's they'll make money doing it, so they're going to do it. That's
Yeah,
what
that's-
everyone wants to watch those movies during,
Oh, yeah.
certain
classic.
seasons,
It's
so they're going to pay
the
for it.
classic Christmas cartoon. I mean,
That's why I get all mine on DVD or Blu-ray. Because I'm like, I'm not going to pay for. I'll pay for it once, and then I have it.
I'm actually surprised. I did not think you had a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, he actually told me you didn't.
My DVD player is not very good. It was never real high quality. And so I went a couple years ago and got a Blu-ray player and went to the cheapo section in Best Buy, the open box section, my new favorite
There you go.
section, and found one that you can hook up to the internet, but it's wired.
Ah.
So I'm guessing someone took it, bought it, thought it wasn't wired. It was wireless, got home and realized, well, I don't want to, hook this up manually, whatever. Brought it back because it was like opened and then closed. Like
And then you
nothing
get
was out of place.
Half price or something.
Well, and it's cheaper because it is wired. And I don't need it hooked up to Wi-Fi
Right.
because it's just using the player. Everything else is on my TV, so
nothing wrong with a little
Yeah.
bit of physical labor to put something together.
yes,
That's right.
it was
Especially if you
cheaper.
can save a few bucks. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, a lot of bucks for that. So yeah. So I got that, but
Extra moolah for extra nom-noms.
Heck yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
actually went to the Tasty Cake little outlet store or whatever.
I love that place.
Mhm.
Yes, and I bought a whole bunch. I bought the reusable bags, and I filled that thing up. And I got
Now-
home, and my husband was like, "What'd you get?" I was like, "Nothing for you."
So look at MeeChee and look at me, and which one of us looks like we've been going to the Tasty Cake outlet store all the time? Me. Not fair.
Anywho, well, this has been great. I know Jenn needs to get home soon, so we do
Yes.
need to start
to
this
clean for
thing.
guests.
Yeah. So what we do usually now that if we get her and we get her for the end recap, we talk about the movies that she was in for this season. You were in one. So we can talk about that in a little bit too. You were in one episode this past season. We're gonna try to get you in more.
Yeah.
You know, we'll
Oh
get
my
to that.
gosh.
I'll get
Okay,
to that, and then I'll bring it up, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I did that."
They like to spring these surprises on people.
Yeah,
Because otherwise they
more
run
fun.
away.
It's more
Yeah.
fun that way. So the first one that Jenn was in, and she wasn't in it till March actually, was the wild world of Batwoman.
Classic.
That one. Can you tell us what your thoughts on were, Jenn?
And that was the Misty version too. That wasn't even the
Yeah.
regular version.
Yeah, we were
Wow.
very nice. Paul was very nice to you.
Yeah, it was campy. It was cheesy. I'm trying to remember exactly. I remember the costumes were outrageous and typical push fighting.
Mhm.
I
It was pretty
that's
bad.
All I remember. Yeah.
So you remember? All right.
A while ago.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But that got a score of 9 from Paul.
Yeah, that was
Not-
the infamous movie where Tom Servo loses it at the end. He's like, and.
Yeah.
And then 9 from
Yeah.
me, and Just Jen scored an 8, which gave it a
Ooh.
26.
Like I said, I've seen same as
The one you
the
just
other
did.
ones.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
I've seen worse. This is true.
I've
Somehow.
been traumatized.
This is you're immune to these
Well,
days.
I wouldn't say immune.
She has
But
her
I have
Puma
seen
shield
worse.
up, and it reflects
Oh.
a lot of bad movies, but not
All
all
right.
of them.
Doesn't reflect any of them. Still stuck here.
All right. So after that, you didn't come back until, but we recorded this in April, and you came back in, was it July? for Wonton, the dog that saved Hollywood.
Oh.
Which I honestly thought you were going to enjoy because,
Oh, that one.
you like your dogs. You had liked Duco and all those guys.
Yeah.
He was kind of similar to Duco a little bit.
Looked a little like him, maybe.
It wasn't the dog, it was the movie.
The movie was the dog.
The movie needed help, which, if I remember correctly, that had a lot of major names in it.
Oh, it did. It had a big
And
pile.
It was one of those that just, obviously was the script. It couldn't be salvaged. Couldn't do anything with it.
It was one of those movies that went from studio to studio to studio to studio, and they were all like, pass.
And you got to meet Joe Turk, who's one of our special guest hosts and everything, and he was there too. And apparently he got his score and took my score away, which I was fine with,
I don't know. You sound a little bitter now.
Yeah, well
Look at my score, but
my score.
That was the one because Joe got really upset when the dog tried to commit suicide and put his head in the oven.
That's right.
Joe really did not like that one bit, and I can see an animal lover would not like that. That would not fly today.
All right, but
Poor dog.
So Paul gave that a 8.5. I gave it a 6. I liked it probably better than a lot of you guys did, but that's more of my kind of movie anyway. Like, I like cute little silly stupid movies that just, like you could put this on an afternoon and it probably go to sleep to it, kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's nice.
And it had Madeline Kahn.
Okay. Had Madeline Kahn. I thought it was cute. Just Jenn scored an 8 on it, and Joe's score was the highest, and it was 9.5.
Yeah, he did not care for it.
He did not like that one. But then, MeeChee, come on over here closer to the microphone.
Step up to the mic.
Yeah, you were next.
Oh, do you want
And
to see? Oh, no, I'm fine. Okay.
you were next, and I think you were in October. Yes, October, and you got to meet Liz for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a sweetheart.
Want to do it closer, even closer?
Here. You can sit. There's glitter everywhere. That is Paul's fault.
I can't help it if I'm glitterific.
I'm a crafter,
Okay.
so.
Oh, and then you did Boltneck, a.k.a.
Yes!
Teen Monster,
Yes. Oh.
a.k.a. Ryan Reynolds as Frankenstein,
Yes.
Ridiculous.
the Frankenstein monster. So that
I
was,
love that one.
yeah, that actually got a really low score.
I watched it again.
Because it's Ryan Reynolds, that's why.
No, Paul would have gave it a higher
Yeah.
stink score, but we did not have Paul on that episode. So I'm kind of glad because I liked it a lot.
Ryan Reynolds is not one of my crushes. What can I say?
Well, it's not.
He's not one of mine either.
He's not one of mine either. So what? Like, why? Like, I don't know. It's just fun.
I loved it. It was really, really fun. Like I said, I watched it again. It was like a month later.
Yeah, she really liked it. So there you go.
All right.
I gave it.
You've been getting spoiled on this show, MeeChee.
I gave it a 2, which I think was one of the lowest
I don't know if I'm
scores. One
jealous.
of the lowest ones.
Working
Liz
around
gave it a
little bit
4.
at a time.
Liz gave it a 4, and MeeChee gave it a 2.5. So
Wow.
we both really liked it. Giving it a 8.5, which is, we'll get to it I think at the end, but I think that was one of the lowest scoring ones we did this season.
My bad.
No, no, I guess that would technically be my bad because I picked it. I knew I was going to enjoy it because we were doing. So season 4 did not have a lot of. It had a lot of misses on 30s. We were trying to get a lot of 30s in season 4.
Well, we were trying because we had ones that we thought were both 30s and they just squeaked by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah.
And we couldn't believe it. And so we're like, well, then this one certainly must get a 30. And it didn't. And we were like, well, we're never going to have a 30 again. So that's kind of why we were trying.
And at the end, we finally got 30, like a couple
Oh, yeah.
30s. But in this season, we were like, we got to find ones that are going to be so bad that nobody can dispute it as whatever. Thankfully, well, I guess we're going to talk about that for you. So you got the last episode of the season was Zuzu, Queen of the Monsters. And that got a ultimate 30. That got 10, 10, and 10.
Yeah.
But it was so cute.
if it was Sookie, why did you vote a 10 then?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Because it
you're
was still
part of
bad.
this.
It was still bad,
bad.
but I like the little dogs and their little, oh, we like it over here. We like our
the
snacks."
dog and cat who were
Yes,
just talking to each other
I did.
randomly. It was called Queen of the Monsters. There were no monsters.
No monsters.
No. And
No.
she was the queen of the animals. She even says it in the thing. So obviously it was originally Zuzu, Queen of the Animals, and then they changed it to Queen of the Monsters to probably get, people to watch
Wow,
it.
what it should have been was Queen Zuzu, Queen of the Animals, plus about 20 minutes of the red balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it
Yeah.
almost felt like half the movie was Red Balloon.
God, it was so
So
bad.
that was so long.
So
And
bad.
That movie would have been okay had we just saw the movie, but we had to hear commentary with the dog and cat.
And The Red Balloon is an actual French animated film that won an Academy Award, but they just lifted like about 20 minutes of it and sort of chucked it in the middle of the film.
No. It's just, I guess it was public domain or not.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but we got to see
It
that
was
movie.
So bad.
It was a little bit reminded me of Santa Claus Meets the Ice Cream Bunny, where we have, what was it, Thumbelina in the middle of it.
Yeah.
As you do.
Or what was the
Or
other one?
Jack and
It
the
wasn't just
Beanstalk.
Thumbelina that they did that with.
Jack and the Beanstalk,
Jack
they
and the
also
Beanstalk,
did.
which we only saw Thumbelina though.
You weren't missing much.
Yeah, Thumbelina's more fun.
Thumbelina's
bad.
probably more fun.
So
Anyway,
bad.
so Queen of the Monsters was the last one. So you had only done 3 episodes this season.
Well, that's because the season finale of the previous one was so bad. Her actual wail of despair at Miss Werewolf when she said, "This is the worst movie ever," will probably haunt me the rest of my life. I felt so bad.
So bad.
Yeah, she.
Oh my
well,
God.
so we're watching.
I'd rather sit through a middle school first concert of the year from a middle school band.
My favorite thing
Front
about
row.
about that movie was that the fact that Jenn was like, "How long is this movie?" So we looked at it. It was over 3.5 hours long.
No, it wasn't. It was 2 hours and
No,
45
it was
minutes.
not. It was 3 hours.
2 hours and 45 minutes. You check.
I'll double check on that, but I am pretty sure it
The,
was
the,
3.
the problem is the first 40 minutes has nothing to do with the movie.
Anything.
No.
It's
Nothing
just
to do with anything.
no. It's just filling up space. That's what he likes to do. He likes to fill up space.
No. Well, that director, yes. So, we want to thank Jenn and MeeChee, and once again, we're gonna get both of you as well. We got Jenn back already for this next season, but we're gonna get you back, MeeChee, to come back and do an episode or 2 or 3
Break
or
the
whatever.
grandbaby. What the heck? We don't care.
Oh, she's running around. We'll see.
Okay. Okay.
She's into everything, so.
Outstanding. Start 'em young watching stinky movies. That's what I say.
Jenn's shaking her head. No, don't do
Yeah.
that.
Well, I need someone to watch the movies with me. Then I know.
See? There you go.
She's gonna watch one horror movie. I can't remember what it was. Aliens, I think.
She watched Aliens with you?
Wow.
Nice.
No, Prey.
Prey, the new
Prey.
Prey movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you could start them off a little light, not so much violence.
Well, she
Puma
walked-
Man. There's a movie that kids should see.
Yeah, put the
She
kid to
walked away
sleep.
and started eating one of her blocks.
Exactly.
So I think she was kind of bored with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll be back in a little bit where it'll be Paul and I discussing the rest of the movies that we were in. But we did want to get these two in here to discuss, the ones that they were a part of, because, how many chances do you really get to talk about that with the people?
So, for the movies that you saw for this previous season, so it was Wild World of Batwoman, Wonton Ton, and what else was there?
Zuzu.
Zuzu. How does that compare to some of the movies you've seen in the previous seasons? Was it a little bit better?
I would
A
say
little bit
2,
worse?
3, and 4, because the first season she saw a lot.
Right, she saw them all.
Saw them all.
Well, production-wise, these were a bit better. But, story-wise, they all sucked.
Let's just be honest.
It was, yeah.
But
No.
a big step up from Miss Werewolf, right?
Well, it's very hard to step down from that.
Trust me, I can.
Don't. Don't.
Yeah, don't encourage him
Don't.
to do that.
Well, you can with you.
Well, he does with me.
Yeah.
I get the worst. You get You get Zuzu, Queen of the Monsters, which is just kind of boring. I get Actio Maximus, which is just like, oh, God, please. Like, it's torture. It's like something CIA would use on somebody.
Oh, and I have a special Christmas movie that we're not doing for Christmas, but we are doing for season 6, and saving that for poor Lenore.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
She's
she'll be okay.
nice.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's the time to give, not to...
Oh, I'm giving it to her, that's for sure. She'll be just fine. Hey, she survived Turkish Star Wars. If you can survive Turkish Star Wars, you can survive anything.
Did she fall asleep through that?
Yes. That was how she survived.
I don't know if that counts.
I didn't know that was an option. I could have
Me
slept through
neither.
this one.
Usually it's not. Usually Paul's the one sleeping, you know?
Not me. Not all the time.
Ankle biters!
Ankle biters, yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
yeah.
funny.
That is funny. So, we just want to say thank you once again to you guys. You guys have been awesome.
Yep.
I know you were in a couple episodes in the 4th season, so we want to have you back more because, I mean, we just love having our friends come in and just give us their thoughts on this stuff. So.
Tormenting them.
That's okay. I'm a tough girl.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tough girl.
She's got thick skin, you know, she can handle this shit, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But there you go.
It's my worst.
Oh,
Yep, you heard her.
Oh, no.
There you go.
Careful.
I think she can handle it, but good God.
She's a tough chick.
I don't know.
Pinky
All right,
Tuscadero
everybody, you
over
heard
here.
that live on here. You know, MeeChee said, give Paul, give me your worst.
Well, it's only because I found out that sleeping was an option.
Nice.
Yes.
There you go.
Certain people.
All right. Well, we will be right back in a little bit.
Yep.
And until then, everybody, 1 second. And we are back. Okay, so...
The ladies have gone their way.
I know. I miss them already.
Mm-hmm.
They're sweeties. Alright, we're going to be talking about the rest of the season. Are you ready for this?
I'm
Because,
ready.
like, there's a lot to talk
There's a
about.
lot.
There's a lot more than we normally have. Good God, I need to push it all the way up to the top.
This was the first season that we had 3 per month, right? If I recall.
Yes, yes, because most of the time it was 2.
Right.
2 per month and everything. And then this season, I guess we just decided, let's add another one, you know?
You decided.
Well, you agreed. I mean, I can't do this without you agreeing.
I know, but
know.
mainly so I didn't have to be part of the extra 4th one all the time. So that's...
Not all, the
Yeah.
3rd one, you mean. 4th one is the next season. So
Yeah.
there's 4, it just keeps getting more and more.
It keeps getting more.
All right. So, starting in January, the first episode we did was with James L. Edwards. Was that the first time? I think that was
No, well, he's been on the show before with you. I know.
I think he did, yeah. He
It
had
was
done.
the first one with the 2 of us.
I think he did 31 Days of Indie Horror, but this was like the first Indie Film Cafe episode, I think
Okay.
he was a part of.
Which
So,
one was this?
this was Miami Connection.
Oh, yeah, Miami Connection.
Miami
wow,
Connection.
God, that was all such a long time ago.
I know, that was like January or whatever. And so.
And he didn't really like it that much, as I recall.
He did not. I don't think he liked it. So
It's a total cheeser.
it's funny because so you gave it 8.5.
I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong.
I gave it 9.5,
Yeah.
and even though James didn't like it, he still gave it an 8. So you gave it the lowest score, stink score, but that still doesn't mean he liked it.
Right.
You know. All right. So after then, so a lot of these ones you were okay with because you didn't have to be a part of it. So I did one. So how it went was the January, the first month I would do, 2 and you would do 1. Then the next, month I would do 1 and you would do 2. And we'd switch it off like that. So January was my 2 and your 1. And this is going to get a little confused. So Red Line was the next one I did. And I did that with both Stro and Dale.
That's the car movie.
The car movie. Did you see it? Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's Jenn Michael Vincent.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah, he was kind of meh, I thought.
Yeah, see, that's another reason I like to bring these movies that I think other people might like more than you would like, you know. Hence, Boltneck with...
It was interesting just because I remember the whole thing about the accident that Jenn Michael Vincent had, and that I remember reading about that he just utilized that in another movie. I just didn't realize that was the movie that he went to right after that.
Which we heard about because we got to interview Rolf Kanefsky, who wrote that movie, and told us about that too.
Right.
So he confirmed all of that,
Right.
which was neat.
So that was neat. That was cool. But
Yeah.
you know, otherwise a car movie is kind of not
I
really
like
my
car
thing.
movies. I mean, I don't like Fast and Furious, but I like independent car movies where it's more focused. We watched Taillights Fade for Patreon only. Kind of enjoy that. Just it's a fun little car movie. You
That
know,
wasn't bad.
I don't mind those kind of things. All right, so next we did was yours, and it was. Oh wait, I forgot to give the scores. So the score for Redline was 2 from me. Papa Stroh gave it 2.5, and Dale gave it a 3.
Gotta get Stroh back.
We will get Stroh back. Stroh will be back.
Good.
Oh, he ain't going nowhere. So next is Turkish Star Wars,
Yay!
which we did with Lenore.
That's, Lenore came for a visit.
Lenore came for a visit, and then and she'll be back here actually next week, so we'll be able to get some episodes with her. But we that's what we do. We try to get 2 episodes with her, one of yours and one of mine.
Yep.
Because if we're gonna have her, we might as well torture her. you know.
Exactly.
And you tortured the poor girl. As we mentioned before, that was the only one she actually fell asleep in.
Turkish Star Wars. Come on.
And
It's so ridiculous.
Paul gave it a 10.
Oh God, yes.
I gave it a 10. And Lenore gave it a 10, making it the first 30. First.
Not the last.
It's not not nearly the last.
No, we had a lot of
This season 5 was like making up for season 4. Absolutely. So
Even though season 4 did go out on a bang with our first 10 plus.
yeah, with Miss Werewolf, but this was pretty bad. All right. So next after that, we did I did Deadly Prey, and I did that with Sarah Atkins and Jeremiah Morehouse. Who, if you recall correctly, we met him through doing a review of his movie in season 4. We reviewed
Biker Warrior Babe versus the zombie babies from hell.
Yeah, and we asked him if he wanted to come on because
He's a cool
he
guy.
likes those things.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, and so we asked him, and he came on, and he gave, I gave Deadly Prey an 8. Sarah gave it an 8, and Jeremiah gave it a 7. Now, Jeremiah's probably seen worse than Deadly Prey.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, and Sarah does not like these kind of movies, so she did it for me, not for because she wanted to watch a action flick.
And it's a pretty standard cheesy 80s action kind of
It's
like
those
the-
revenge / like we're gonna mess with Rambo and not realize he's Rambo kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, it was not great, but it wasn't the worst. Then we did Midget Zombie Takeover,
Woohoo.
which had no midgets, had no zombies, and there was no takeover.
I think there might have been one midget, maybe. Maybe.
There's like a bunch of kids.
But I remember you had initially had that on your list too. We both kind of wanted that one, and then you were like, "Well, I'll let you." Go
Yeah,
ahead and do it."
I let you have it because we were both like, I think I had said something. You're like, but that's on my list,
Yeah.
and I said, well, do you want it to be on your list? Because I do have a lot of other ones I want to do. I will gladly take that down. So we showed it to Jackie Hall.
We did.
And Jackie was just like, what the fuck?
Yep.
And we watched it with her. We did a
did.
Zoom where we actually watched the movie, and we kind of did that a lot with Jackie.
That's the one where I have that wonderful little picture I took of her with that expression on her face, like, "What the hell am I watching?" Classic.
That was a classic picture and classic thing. So, did it do well?
No.
Paul gave it a 9. I gave it a 9.5. And Jackie gave it a 10, making it a 28.5.
Well, that was close. Close, but no cigar.
what is it? Deadly Prey I got it at 23. So after then we had to get another one very close to a 30, because we brought in, this is the second season with Joe Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Lynn we got introduced in season 4. I forgot which one particularly we did with her, but we did one of them.
Was it Die Hard Dracula?
Nope, that's the one I'm going to talk about right now.
Oh,
but then
this
season
one.
4 was something else. We
Okay.
did something else. Die Hard Dracula was the movie that we did in season 5.
And that's one that I've been wanting to do since season 1. It's just, for some reason, I just forgot about it, and I just was like, oh yeah, this is one I've been wanting to do, and I remembered it for season 4, and Jolin just happened to be around for that particular one, and it was bad.
It was bad.
It was really bad.
So
That's the one with the weird vampire lightning and the weird vampire stuff and the flying coffin.
The flying coffin, I remember that like vividly. So Paul gave it a 10. I gave it a 10, thinking Jolene would give it a 10, and she gave it a 9.
I know. It must have been Crispin Glover's dad that swayed her.
Maybe a little bit.
And the guy, the lead man hero, was the wimpiest, worst hero of any movie ever. He whined.
I don't know. We just watched another one.
I think he was worse.
Yeah.
I was so terrible.
All right. So after then, it got to be March. And I wanted to do a film that would be kind of cute. That would be a lot of fun. And I think, if I'm correct, this was the was this the one that was made for? Yeah. So this was originally like posted as the last. Was it the one? Not 100th episode or something?
Oh, yeah, we had
whatever.
a little confusion about what was the 100th.
Yeah, 100th episode. And you thought it was... Well, because we accidentally put down 2 episodes or whatever that weren't supposed to be episodes counted into the stinkometer, so we had to fix that, and so it became, this is actually episode 198 or something. So yeah, so it was like 98. But I wanted to do something pretty crazy, and and I also wanted to make sure that you had the 100th episode. So that ended up being The Wild World of Batwoman, which we talked about, but we did not mention that by accident, that was the 100th. So I did Samurai Cop.
Yeah,
Samurai Cop. We did that with Kate Phoenix.
Fun. She loves that movie.
She loves that movie to death, and I mean, she doesn't view it as stinky. She kind of views it as a fun little movie.
Like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, or something, but she doesn't view it as stinky. So Paul gave it an 8.5, I gave it an 8.5, and Kate gave it a 6, which made it a 23. Which isn't too bad.
Yeah, the nostril flaring and the wig are the 2 things that I remember mostly from that film.
And then, right after that, I had to show probably one of the most boring movies that we've done on this, and that includes Ankle Biters, is Disaster Wars, Earthquake versus Tsunami, which we watched with Jackie, and we were bored.
It was so bad.
I know.
Well, the thing is, the damn tsunami was like out there for hours. It was just like there forever. We're like, oh, when is this thing gonna hit? It's just going forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, it was just like no point, really. Like, and you can't really have an earthquake fight a tsunami. Like, that makes no sense. So like the title was stupid. Now, if it was just called Disaster Wars and it was like about just all these different disasters hitting us at the same time or something, that would have been interesting, but they didn't do that. They tried to make it make sense of why a tsunami would be fighting an earthquake, but no.
But we did get like 2 minutes of Joe Estevez in there.
We got 2 minutes, and we got Sean C. Phillips. And we got Priscilla Barnes is in that movie. Oh, and Reggie Bannister. So there were some great cast members who I was very happy to see, but it didn't save the movie.
Needed a lot more Joe Estevez. That's for
Need a
darn
lot
sure.
more Joe Estevez. Every movie needs Joe
Every
Estevez.
movie.
All right, so then after that, we did I gave it a 10, you gave it a 9, and Jackie gave it a 7, making it a 26.
Jackie gave that a 7?
Yeah, I think it was because it wasn't other than the boredom, it was sort of well made enough where it wasn't like awful. I don't know. I don't remember her reasoning for it.
Jackie's a little strange.
Well, she gave Sharkenstein a 6.
Yeah,
So
I
I don't like, you know, she thinks that's a step above Sharkenstein at least. You know?
We love you, Jackie.
So after that, we did the World of Batwoman. We talked about that.
And what were the scores in that one? I don't remember.
9, 9, and 8, making it a 26.
Okay, yeah, pretty bad.
Then after that, we did Pocket Ninjas.
Oh, Pocket Ninjas.
And then we did that on with Lenore. Mm-hmm. And this was actually the first of 2 Donald G. Jackson movies, because Donald G. Jackson is kind of a half of it. So it's sort of like 1.5 or whatever, because there was another movie we did later that had, you know, Donald G. Jackson. But I guess Paul didn't feel like it, you know, like we didn't have enough. Count. We didn't have enough Donald G. Jackson.
Never have enough. And we ended up doing another for a short film.
That's right, with Robert Sadar's.
Oh God, that Robert Sadar movie was so bad.
It was so bad. All right, we can talk about that later, actually. But Pocket Ninjas, I gave it a 9. You gave it an 8.5. And Lenore gave it a 7.5. I think she liked it a little better than we did.
Well, it was a little more kid-oriented.
Yeah. And then, after that, Paul... So this is April, so it's Paul's 2. The first one that Paul had to bring up in April was a little movie called Drunken Wu-Tang.
Woohoo! I love another movie I've been wanting to do since we started this program. I love that movie.
Yeah, and it was fun. It had the little watermelon monster or whatever.
The old watermelon monster.
And it ran around going...
That was
I
brilliant.
love that thing. That was the best part. If that movie had been like the whole movie had been about that watermelon monster, I probably would have sat there and just loved the movie completely. Like I would have gave that.
It is the greatest thing on earth.
But I gave it a 9. No, wait, nope. What the fuck? No. Okay.
Yeah, they got
I was gonna say it got low scores. That was Pocket Ninjas. Paul gave it a 1. I gave it a 2, and Jolene gave it a 3. So 1, 2, 3. Giving it a total score of 6.
That's a movie I'd love to do again for with just Jenn, maybe a Patreon only. I think she would enjoy that.
She would
kind of make up for some of the other stinkers.
Maybe.
And she does like martial arts movies, so
it's a chop socky silly movie. So then after that, Paul had to break out the big guns and do another 30, and of course we did that with Lichen Colony.
Oh my goodness.
With poor Angel, which we tried watching one time, and then I think Angel had an issue with her internet, so we had to reschedule and do it again.
She wasn't liking it.
Yeah, she wasn't. Maybe she was using that as an excuse to get out of it, and then she was like, damn it, I can't get out of this.
And that's another one that I've been wanting to do that our friends over at Red Letter Media had done. You know.
But you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that. John Ward brought that up to us when we said we were doing it, and he was like, oh, just like Red Letter Media. We're like, oh, fuck. So we did look at it beforehand and watch a little bit of it, but then you had to stop it because you were like, let's not get any ideas of what to talk about.
I don't want to hear about what they have to say.
Yeah. So after that, I decided I found this movie online.
Well, what did we give?
That's a 30.
This was 30.
So
yeah,
it's 10 for
10
each
for everyone.
For
it was
everyone.
bad.
It's pretty bad. So in May, I had to find something that, like, I wanted to find something that was like fun and that I liked and everything that kind of, got away from your 30s, or whatever. But
trying to class the joint up a little bit.
I tried, and me and Madeline Deering both liked it, but John Ward hated it.
Which one was this?
And this was the Knights of the City.
Oh, that's
which was,
right.
You said that was the funniest thing you've ever seen, because I sent you the stinkometer score, and you didn't watch it, you weren't there. But Knights of the City, which is this musical about gangs, and I don't know, it was silly, but it was fun to me. I liked it. I gave it a 3. Madeline gave it a 3.5. And John Ward gave it a 10.
Yeah, that's one of those things where, especially Madeline Deering, likes really campy stuff. And John Ward's like, I don't like that crap.
Yeah, well, no, also, he doesn't like terrible movies from, like, the 80s kind of thing. Kind of like you. You don't like that stuff. I don't think he would have...
Depends on the movie.
I don't think he would have liked it. like from the start, but I didn't know that. I didn't think about that. So it got a 16.5.
That's fine. All of these viewpoints are appropriate.
Well, I mean, he is the guy that gave a 5 to Alien Beast, so I don't know if we can really count his things.
Although I think he does regret that.
I think he does too. And he keeps saying, I don't remember giving it a 5. I think you remember giving it a 5. You just don't.
We'll have to sit him down and make him listen to the episode.
All right. Or maybe just take that clip from that one line from it. Episode 14. Wow. So episode 14, not even halfway done the season. Isn't that crazy? Pirates Quest for Snake Island, which I did with Colleen Tidd and Jeremiah Morehouse.
And I remember you wanted to do that one several seasons ago. We were saving that for, I think, a special guest.
I think I was trying to do it for Kim.
Yeah, for
Kim. And Kim, unfortunately, has been busy, you know. And plus, I don't think she liked these totally terrible.
I don't think so either. I think we were kind of a little surprised by that.
Pirate Quest for Snake Island was fun and enjoyable, and I liked it, and it wasn't very stinky.
Yeah, I saw it before. It's I saw it after you guys talked about it, and I thought it was all right.
It was cute.
It was cute.
So it had some good moments. There's Brett Kelly, and I like Brett. I mean, I
like Brett Kelly too.
Brett's been a big part of my podcast life. He was my first person I've ever interviewed on my podcast. So, he's
pretty cool.
I'll talk to him sometimes and be like, "Oh, we're reviewing this movie," and he'd be like, "Oh man, don't be so hard on it." I'm like, "Dude, we love your movies."
Any chance we could get him on the show?
I don't know if he'd want to do a review because he himself doesn't like to be reviewed. I don't know if he'd like to review other people's, but I could always ask.
Maybe if you did like an older movie that everybody's dead. And
that he's not connected to the people or something. That might be good. But then Paul had to do a movie that he thought was pretty terrible and I thought was pretty good, and he knew I would like. Was Chud 2, Bud the Chud. Ugh. And he knew I was going to like this movie for some odd reason. And I think it's because I'm a millennial and or half millennial, whatever you want to call me, because I'm almost not a millennial. I was born in 1982, so.
Well, I knew, people of my time saw this and were like, completely irritated by it because, when the movie was set up to do certain things or to be part of this thing, and it wasn't, and we were all pissed off, and it was just badly done. And then next, we knew the next generation comes along and they're looking at it very differently, like liking it ironically or
it's
whatever.
Not ironically. I liked it because it reminded me of video games I used to play, like Zombies Ate My Neighbors, where it was just zombies attacking a suburb, and stuff. And it's just silly. And I just thought of it as a zombie movie. I didn't think of it as a Chud movie.
I liked the first Chud movie. I thought it was pretty cool.
But I think that's the problem, is you can't get over the fact that you went to the theater waiting for Chud to come out.
Because they told us it was a Chud movie.
I know.
And it wasn't.
And it wasn't a Chud movie. And it just
Liars.
It pissed you off so bad you can't ever let that go.
Never.
And so this movie's going to still... This movie, you gave an 8.5. And Jeremiah Morehouse gave it an 8. Because he sort of agreed with you.
Yeah, he's my generation, too.
No, he's my age.
He's your age?
Yeah, and he is, I
thought
think
he was older.
Might be a little older, but he's not your
older.
generation, I don't think. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe he is, but I think
I thought he was.
I thought he was about my age. So I don't know. We'll have to look it up and find out.
He might be between us.
Yeah. But he gave it an 8, and I gave it a 2. Because I liked it.
Yeah, that was quite a gap, quite a small gap. We don't usually get gaps that big.
What, 8 and 2?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had 2 and he went 10 on, Knights of the City.
But I mean,
so
you and I don't have...
Yeah, we usually don't, but there are times I think that we think things differently when we watch movies. Like I said, Boltneck, I would give it a 2. You would give that probably 8 or something.
No, I'd probably give that a 5.5, 6.
Okay, because you're...
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't badly made. I just don't like the people involved.
All right, so, I give it a 2. So give it an 18.5, which, 18.5.
That's not so bad.
That's not bad. That's not 20-something, so it's kind of a little... But then I was like, I haven't done a bad one in a while, and I have to step up my game a little bit. Paul's kind of making me look bad with his liking colony and all these other ones.
It's tough to
Let
beat
me
Liking
let me do one. I didn't have you on, but I think you would have still gave it a 10 if I did. Was Busted with Corey Feldman.
Oh, yeah.
Corey Feldman's
I've never actually seen it. But
disaster piece.
I've heard that it's
He disowns it.
Yeah.
And we've had like Zombie Cop where a movie will be disowned by the people where we review it and everything. So, yep, it was pretty bad. But Sam and Jackie were on the show with me, and they barely wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, they hated it so much they didn't want to talk about it.
They basically want to talk about
Didn't
other
want to
shit.
discuss it.
They talked about other stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, ladies, let's get back to the movie that we're talking about here."
That's funny. It's funny that those guys, they kind of bonded over that. You think?
Yeah, well, I think they were friends beforehand, so it helped. So anyway, yeah, we all gave it a 10. I'm sure if like Jackie knew that she could give it a 10 plus, she would have given it a 10 plus. She hated it. I kind of had a feeling because it did have sort of gross nudity and things that are just not fun.
From Corey Haim?
No, not it's not Corey Haim, no, and not from Corey Feldman either. Corey Haim's in it for like 2 minutes, and Corey Feldman is is mainly the person who's going. There's co-ed showers, so he gets to go shower with the girls, stuff like that.
Now you know why the movie was made.
I just see that's the point,
Right.
and like but there's other stuff behind the scenes. Listen to the podcast; you'll hear a lot of interesting
It's
kind
a
of
Weinstein
information that
kind
we
of
find.
move right there.
Yeah, it's kind of gross, but so this is June, so Paul gets 2, and of course he wants to bring it back to do another 30 as well.
Me?
Yeah, he has to do another 30, and he does. We finally get into a person who Paul has been wanting to do for a long time. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Nick Zed.
Nick Zed.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, Nick had passed away. So we figured this
It was time.
It was time to honor him.
Mm-hmm.
And sadly, I'm sad that we didn't get to do one before he passed that we could send to him if we could have gotten his email or something.
Well, it's a shame because we got lots of Nick Zed coming. Just you wait.
Yeah, you'll have to watch him in the afterlife, I
Geek
guess.
Maggot Bingo.
Geek Maggot Bingo. Where?
No geeks, no maggots, no bingo.
No geeks, no maggots, no bingo.
That was Joe, right? Then we put
Poor
Joe
Joe.
finally got a bad movie. He's been kind of skating by.
He was skating by. We were being very nice to him. And then I was like,
We dropped the hammer.
I told you to give him a bad one.
Drop the hammer.
You didn't tell me what we were watching until we watched it. And I got
Nope.
super excited because you've been threatening me with this. And don't you threaten me with a good time, And if you want a good time, watch a Nick Zed movie.
Even Gary was like, "Have you shown him that one yet?" I'm like, "Okay, it's time."
Yep. So it was a 30 by 10, 10, 10 by all, and it was pretty bad. Then
Joe said it was the worst movie he'd ever seen.
Then we had to get Ramaku back.
Yay, Ramaku.
She actually came in the studio. I think this was the first time she was in the studio. She came in the studio, and she did Hot Chicks Blast Your Uranus.
Woo! Which she enjoyed.
She enjoyed Hot Chicks.
That was a fun movie.
Hot Chicks Blast Your Uranus, which was so goofy and silly and fun and
Rick
cute.
Mo, baby.
So Paul gave it a 3, I gave it a 4, and Ramaku gave it a 5.
Yep.
Giving it a total of 12. So
I love the beginning of that episode too, where I say the title of the movie and Rimaku just loses it. It was so much fun.
all right. Well, speaking of losing, the next episode was the janitor, and the only reason why the janitor was picked was it wasn't even going to be a part of this season. Season 5. It's going to actually be this next season that we're doing right now. But unfortunately, I could not find... Well, I found the movie that we did, right? That we were going to do. We actually even recorded a whole episode, right? Or like a whole intro to it. Then we went to go watch it, and it wouldn't play. And that movie is... I bought a new copy, and we did watch it for this next season. So it's the next season opener, but I won't say what it is because it's literally going to be the next episode. So you'll see it when it comes up next week. But that was, so we decided to watch The Janitor.
With our buddy G. Larry Butler.
Yeah, well, we didn't watch it with him, but we
No.
watched it with Joe.
Watch it with Joe.
And Joe was not a big fan of this movie. We enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but this is sort of our wheelhouse. This is sort of the stuff we like. We like Chris Seavers, Troma, inspired kind of crap, which it had Lloyd. It had Lloyd and it had G. Larry Butler.
Yep.
And it had, Andy Signor, who I think it was his name. Andy Signor, who also does like a bunch of, he does YouTube stuff. He's actually really big on YouTube.
He kind of went out of favor for a good while.
Yeah, but he's back. He's sort of back, thank God, because I didn't think, he doesn't seem like the type of guy who doesn't, who's
You can get
bad.
canceled for all kinds of stuff these days. So
You gotta be careful what you say. Paul. I'm looking at you, Paul.
hey, they can cancel me all they want. I don't give a shit.
All right. That's the beauty of YouTube. You can literally put it out, and if nobody watches it, nobody watches it,
right.
or whatever. Paul gave it a 4. I gave it a 4, and Joe Turk gave it a 7.5, giving it a total of 15.5.
Not so bad.
No, it's not bad at all. Oh, actually, Andy was happy that we did it too. He thanked us for,
that's cool.
for doing the thing. So appreciate that. Then, since this is my 2, since this is July, I did Totem with Dustin Hubbard and John Ward.
Yep.
And that was pretty bad.
Some of the dark days of Full Moon.
It was, the problem being was it was so sort of like ridiculous. The puppet totem things were not very scary. I remember my mom looking at it and going, like, am I supposed to be scared of this? Like what?
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's not very scary, and it's not. The movie was done by David Dakota too, so
Go figure.
Go figure. So we had to do a David Dakota movie. I almost feel like it's got to be almost every season we do a David Dakota movie. I know you're threatening me with the
666 barefoot
Bigfoot
Island.
Bigfoot Island at some point.
1313.
Yeah, 1313. Yeah. But Totem got a 9 by me. Dustin gave it an 8, and John Ward gave it an 8, giving it a 25.
Surprise! I would have thought that Hubbard would have liked it more.
Yeah, he's a little bit different about the Dakota stuff. Like, because Dakota's made so many movies, he likes some of the Dakota movies, but then the other ones, I think he thinks they're just sort of, they were just made by Full Moon. Like, they were just trying to make these kind of silly, goofy shit.
Sure.
I mean, whatever. So giving it a total of 25. Then Paul had to do the Wonton Ton, the dog that saved Hollywood, which we just talked about, which got a 26 total. Then I had to bring Kate Phoenix back because
Yay.
we adore her.
We do.
And we got to bring her back again. And she'll be back for this season. She keeps talking about it.
Yay.
She wants to come back.
Gotta get her out here again.
And, oh yeah, definitely. Savage Beach.
Savage Beach.
Yeah, so we did that, which was Andy Sedaris.
So
Other Andy.
chicks in bikinis and guns.
Yeah, which I was so excited about because I'd seen them a little bit. I don't think I'd ever seen any like full on, Andy Sedaris movie.
They're all kind of the same.
They're all the same. I mean, it's a bunch of chicks with guns, and they're
Different kinds of guns too.
right. It's like whatever. That's the difference. Is
Yeah.
Each gun is different, maybe. Let's see. That one got a 5.5 for you. I gave it a 4, and Kate gave it a 5, giving it a 14.5.
That's about right.
That's about right. I mean, his stuff's not. It's kind of mediocre in a way. Like it's not, but
It's fun.
It's fun. Like
fun.
it's enjoyable.
Popcorn.
And they're all on Tubi now, so that's great.
Yep.
So you can watch all the Andy Sedaris
Tubi's
movies.
great. I love it.
Oh, I know. Speaking of Tubi, we found a movie that you found for it. So these are your 2 because this is August. Is The Last Vampire on Earth.
Oh man.
And
what a
you had
find.
to show me, Jessa, and Madeline.
What a find
And
that was.
we're going by Madeline's score, not mine. So Paul, you give it a 9.5. I give it a 9. Jessica gave it a 10. And Madeline gave it an 8. Because she always tries to find the nicest things out of it.
It was a terrible
all the
movie.
Yeah, 8. So giving it a 27.5, that's still pretty big. Still pretty bad.
I always said that is if you took Twilight and mixed it with The Room.
That is the perfect description of it.
Bad.
It was pretty bad.
And I got more of his movies coming, so don't you worry. There'll be more.
Boy. All right. So, oh my goodness. So we're going into the 30s again. Next after that, it was yours again, and you had to show Curtis Barnes, who is one of your best, like one of your close friends from town, and you asked him to come over and do a
Hadn't tormented him in a while.
Right, and you never done it on the show before.
Right.
This is his first introduction to
Right.
the show. And the first time I ever got to meet him, he's a really nice. I like him.
We'll get him back.
Yeah, I want him back. So we did Marina Monster.
Marina Monster.
What with the shark that goes nom nom nom,
Nom, nom. I've been wanting to do this one for a while too,
and people just falling into the water.
I wrote to the director for the movie because that's how you had to get it, and she mailed it off to me with nice little extras added in there. And I'm like, oh,
nice.
this is so good. So I had to go back and get more. So, Vampire Dentist is on the horizon. I don't know when we'll do it, but we're going to do it.
We gotta get Madeline to do that with us because
Yeah.
she's been talking about that. She's want to buy that movie too herself. So, but yeah, Marina Monster got a 10, 10, and 10.
Yeah, it was bad.
God, Curtis's first episode, we gave him a 10.
He's used to that. Trust me.
Okay.
He's used to it.
All right. So it was a 30, unanimous 30. And then the one that probably should get a 30 plus next is Maradonia
Oh, God.
and the Shadow Empire. If anything
really
deserves
bad.
a 30 plus, it's that movie.
It's not quite the level of Miss Werewolf, but it's really close.
It's very close.
It's probably the closest than any other movie I can think of in this that we've done. Maybe Actium Maximus, but
yeah.
this one was bad.
This one was.
You found this one.
I found this one, and how I found it was actually really rather interesting. So I was mentioning that I was doing a movie with Florida people or something about Florida, and my buddy Marcus Cook wrote to me and he said he's a special effects guy and everything, and he was like, "Hey, have you ever done this movie Maradonia, and the Shadow Empire?" And I was like, "Never even heard of it." Oh no, I mentioned I was doing a fantasy reviewing. I think that was at that time we were reviewing Legend of the Red Reaper. And so I was like, oh, let me check this out. So, he said the only way you can find it is if you go look online, and, Google it, and then, go through, a Reddit.
Because it was never really released anywhere,
No.
and all copies that were out there got yanked.
And we couldn't say it on the podcast itself because we didn't want the people to find our podcast, and then find out where to get it, but I don't think they're going to be checking this recap. So if you really want to watch it, I think you can go to our Reddit channel somewhere. They'll actually have the unlisted. I think, if I'm correct, I actually copied it, and I have it as a link. So if you need it
I have
from
it
me,
as well because I couldn't not have that movie.
right. And, there's a chance that movie's going to go bye-bye.
Our powers are so powerful.
Yeah. So
awful.
originally I got John Ward on it, and we were supposed to have another guest. I think it was Jackie. Jackie got sick, I believe, and could not do it. So unfortunately, right when we're doing filming, so I was like, John, we'll just do it. Then we'll go back to the old school of finding another person and doing it that way. And I asked a couple other people, and people either they watched some of it and said no, or they were just couldn't make it. So I said, well, who loves stinky movies enough that might actually sit through it and watch? Because it was over 2 hours long.
It was long. It was bad.
Yeah, which is the hard part. Jackie and I did watch it together, and she was actually kind of surprised of, some of the budget looked pretty decent, but it was still terrible. But it was just she was shocked because it wasn't like Donald Farmer bad, where like Donald Farmer is very as cheap as he can possibly be.
Yeah, remember they mortgaged their house for this movie.
I mean, they spent millions of dollars on it, so it looked a lot better. But the problem was it was still a bad movie, regardless. So anyway,
a terrible movie.
Yeah. So, what is it? Paul gave it a 10.
Oh yeah.
Because we had to get Paul
Easy 10.
Reaped in. Paul gave it a 10. I gave it a 10, and John Ward
And
gave it a
that's
30.
one of the longer episodes that we did, isn't it? Because
I did an hour with him and then an hour with you.
Yeah.
I think because originally we were only supposed to do like 5-10 minutes,
Right.
and we can't talk
there's
5-10 minutes about
so much
that.
to talk about.
I know, and I bet if we had done it with you, it'd only be like an hour and a half, maybe that we would have done this, or maybe we could have even gone down to an hour. But
it's like a double episode.
Yeah, so you guys got a treat on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So more of it. That was a 30, and then it was me again since it was September. So I did Dahmer versus Gacy, which I did with Paul and John Ward, and Paul and John. Well, Paul hated it the most.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun and cute. I enjoyed it. So I enjoy that type of stuff. So it didn't bother me.
Don't really equate Jeffrey Dahmer with cute.
He's not supposed to be, but
I
the
know.
movie itself wasn't bad, I didn't think. But so Paul gave it an 8, I gave it a 2, and John Ward gave it a 5, giving it a 15, which seems about right. A 15 is about mediocre, and it wasn't the greatest movie of all time, but
It
it
certainly was not.
It was fun. It was
Citizen Kane, Dahmer versus Gacy.
Citizen Kane, Blind Ghost, which is next.
Oh gosh, Blind Ghost.
Another 30. Good God.
Yeah, that's from
a lot of
our
30s.
That's from our buddies, the Pauls.
Right, which you discovered when you found on for Quick Review Thursday, I think it was. We're doing Quick Review Thursday.
Dollface.
And you were like, you just grabbed no, it was Blu-ray, blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Yeah.
We were gonna watch it, and then I think if I'm correct, the DVD didn't work or something.
It was.
Blu-ray
We had
didn't
to
work.
do it on regular.
Yeah.
It was Dollface, and
Dollface.
it was really ridiculously bad. And I'm like, I've got to find more movies from this person, and it turned out there was more out of the dollar store. So I snatched it up, and there are other movies too that I've also grabbed. And yeah, this one wasn't as quite fun bad, but it was still bad.
Yeah, you actually, they're from SP Releasing, which is Stephen Paul Releasing. And you actually just gave me one called The Pirates of Somalia for Christmas. And
Unfortunately, I don't believe Alex Villaret is in there.
Oh,
But I
too
love
bad.
me some Alex Villaret.
I know, you love her to death.
She's not a very good actress, but it's okay. She hasn't been in a very good movie. So
She's cute.
She's adorable. She's beautiful. And in the right circumstances, she's probably going to knock it out of the park. We just got to get her a good movie.
A movie that fits her well. But anyway, moving on.
Preferably one without some guy with tattoos all over their face.
So Blind Ghost was me, you, and Jackie again. Jackie was a lot of this season.
Yep.
She has been in only one so far of this next season. I think she started taking a break. Maybe we wore her out, like doing too many. But I think she was asking for it at one point because she was sort of bored at home a lot. I might be able to
talk to her. Yeah, see
get
if
her
we
for
can get her
some more
back in.
stuff. We all gave it a 10, giving it a 30.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad. Then next comes the Boltneck movie, which get 8.5. You said you would have gave it a higher...
Like a 5.5.
Yeah, you would have gave it a higher score than... Liz gave it a 4. So that's probably closer to your score.
I like that we're getting Liz more into stuff, too. She's
coming back for a lot of stuff, too.
Yeah.
And she's... I'm really excited about that. And then it's Paul's episode in October, 2. And the first one we get John Johnson back.
Yay!
And we hadn't talked to John Johnson. He hadn't been in an episode since, I want to say season 3, right? So he wasn't in season 4. I I don't think.
Nope.
And so season 5, we were like, wait, no, he wasn't. Maybe he was in season 4, but he wasn't in, whatever. Anywho, we had to ask him to come back, and he was super excited to see a movie because we had to pick one with Conrad Brooks.
And we also ended up doing an interview with him, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that was
long
cool.
interview.
Yeah.
Actually got me a copyright strike. Because he used TikTok videos and stuff, showed us TikTok videos which had music and stuff that did not. We didn't get banned or get in trouble, but it was like, we got a strike. Anywho, it was Toad Warrior. That's what we did. And that was another Donald G. Jackson movie starring Conrad Brooks.
This is the rip-off version of the movie that was supposed to have gotten out. Remember, they were supposed to release this, and they didn't really like the cut, so they were waiting. And in the meantime, the distributor went and released it anyway.
Right.
And so they were like, well, I mean, it's the cat's out of the bag. We may as well just go ahead and let it go. But they him and Scott Shaw never really liked it, so they ended up recutting it.
Donald G. Jackson didn't like a lot of what he did.
He's kind of a crusty fellow.
Yeah. He didn't like Roller Gator, and how can you not like Roller Gator? I don't even know why I give it. I think I gave it a higher score than what I should have.
It was early on.
Yeah.
It was early on.
That's fair. I didn't know what I was in for and stuff. Now looking back, I'm like, oh man.
And that's why that whole first season, towards the end, I'm like, so you guys still think Roller Gator's bad? And your guys are like, oh god, no.
Bring back Roller Gator, please.
It was adorable.
So Toad Warrior, you gave it an 8. I gave it a 6 because I liked it a little bit. And John gave us the first one. We've never gotten this before. -1.
Yeah.
He gave us a -1. She gave us a 13.
And I don't know that we're going to be accepting that from too many people here on out. But
Yeah.
John Johnson's a little special.
We gave it to him because I never had a -1.
We
before.
allowed it.
Yeah. Usually we'll only allow 1. We won't even allow 0.
He had seen that movie before, and he really, really enjoyed it. But I think he'd seen the regular version of the film, which, I can't remember the damn name of it. So he liked it so much, and we didn't want to damper his enthusiasm. So
so he gave it a -1, and he said we knew this was the first time this was going to happen, probably the last.
And not only did we get Conrad Brooks in there, we got the one and only extra footage of Roller Gator himself coming back.
Yeah.
Which was an extra special bit.
We hadn't had John Johnson on the show since season 2.
Yeah, that's
where
right.
we had 2 episodes with Snow Shark and the turkey puppet one.
Oh, that was
Killer Turkey.
Blood Freak.
So we had those
Suspended.
2. We had those 2, and wow, holy crap! So now it's been since 2019.
He's been busy.
Yeah. So there you go. Well, we were very happy to have him back.
Oh yeah.
We always love having John around, chatting with us. So we got that.
And it's kind of rare because he is very busy making movies and doing stuff.
So if we get a chance to get him, we'll snag him.
And they just have a kid now.
I know. He's a father, John. All right. So then, what is it? We next was episode. Oh, I forgot to give the scores. Well, I guess a -1. So total was 13.
13. So pretty good.
So pretty good. Then next is Rectuma.
Yeah, Rectuma.
Another Jackie movie.
That one I specifically got for Jackie because she loves her butt and fart jokes.
I know.
And that whole movie was a big butt joke.
And I actually met the director of it in Burbank.
Okay, Mark Lyon?
Yeah, Mark Pirro.
Oh, Pirro, that's right.
Mark Pirro. So I got to meet Mark Pirro because G. Larry Butler knows him.
Yay.
And so it was G. Larry Butler, Mark, myself, and Joseph Kelly, who I've been friends with on Facebook and finally got to meet in person. We're all sitting around eating food at Denny's.
Nice.
I mean, to me, that's so Hollywood, right? And we're having such a fun time. That was things I I miss stuff like that.
Sure.
You know, not being able to go do that.
And it was kind of a fun movie. Of course, it was silly and ridiculous because it's a big giant butt, but you know, it was kind of cute and well done.
It's a cute butt.
It was a cute butt, and Jackie enjoyed it
Yes, she definitely did.
because she gave it a low score.
Yeah, so Paul gave it a 3.5, I gave it a 4, and Jackie gave it a 2, giving it a 9.5.
Pretty low.
I got it pretty low. All right, so Angel's Descent was next.
Yeah, we both kind of wanted to do this one.
Yeah, well, I
You
discovered
found
it first,
Yeah.
and Paul has done this thing where I discover something and he steals it from me, like
not all the time.
like the Mummy Cat. You know, I found it and
You did.
told you about it, and then you're like, I'm putting that on the show, and I'm like, God damn it, you know, right? Like I'm not telling you any
Gotta
of these
keep
things.
it to yourself.
I gotta
man.
keep it to myself and then show it to you. But I was very glad I didn't keep it to myself because Paul actually went and bought a copy.
'Cause that was it, because it was expensive and you didn't want to buy it, as I recall.
Oh yeah, the Mummy Cat, yeah. But this one I told you about because I found it on oldies.com and it was cheap. And you were like, yes, I'm getting it. So you like, a lot of times you'll just buy it that day and shit. Like,
Sometimes you just get a good feeling about a bad movie.
yeah. So we, Angel's Descent, which is supposed to be like a quote unquote faith film, but it was done by people who've never made a film before, it feels like.
It was really bad.
It was bad.
Badly
Johnny Baker, I think was the director's name. It's just terrible.
He's got more.
I know.
And who did we see that with?
We saw it with Joe Turk.
Joe, that's right.
And Joe's a Christian, so it was sort of why I did it, because showing atheists a Christian movie is not as much fun as showing a Christian movie, because sometimes they can look at it in a different perspective. So I have the atheist perspective and I have the Christian perspective. And me, I'm not an atheist and I'm not an agnostic. I'm definitely Christian, but I'm not, you know, overly Christian or anything.
I think we all pretty much agreed it was badly done.
It was bad. I got a 30. I mean, it was 10, 10, and 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no, you know, thought that this movie would get lower. I mean, if it did get lower than a 10 or whatever, like got 8, 7, I would have been shocked, you know. But no. So that one got a 30.
It was kind of like Lichen Colony in that regard.
Yeah. And then episode 32 was Class of 1999, Part 2, The Substitute, which I did with Dustin Hubbard and John Ward again, who we had done Totem together. And we had done White Wolves, A Cry in the Wild 2, you know, as well. So, let's see. I gave it a 6, Dustin gave it a 7, and John Ward gave it a 4, giving it a 17,
Okay.
which wasn't bad. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
Never seen it. It didn't really appeal.
Yeah. Well, didn't really appeal. Next is Corn Man,
Ah, corn, man. Saving the world through the power of corn.
which I don't know if everybody would appeal to that, but
But I got Kara to watch it.
you did.
That was fun.
And
She liked it. It was silly. It was bad, but she got fun.
that was Kira's first episode, and
Yep.
hopefully she'll be back on
Yep.
the next season.
She's ready.
So Corn Man got a 7.5 for you, a 7 from me, and Kira gave it an 8, giving it a 22.5.
All right.
Not bad.
Not
Not bad. Pretty stinky, but not
Pretty stinky.
not too stinky. Could have been worse.
Brock Epstein, baby.
You know, Brock Epstein kind of knows. At least that was his first film too, I think.
Sure.
So, or one of his first films. So there you go. Then next, I had to get Gary back because we haven't had Gary on
That's right.
the show in a while, and so we had to do one on Zoom, and it was July, I believe, and so I was like, let's do a Christmas in July movie. So I chose Jack Frost 2, which is like Jack Frost 2, Attack of the Killers.
We had done Jack Frost, the first
Yep.
one.
And so it's Attack of the Killer Mutated Snowman or something. Mutant Snowman, or whatever it was. And it was set on a tropical island, and it was silly. And
Ridiculous.
that got a 9 by Paul. I gave it an 8, and Gary gave it an 8. 8. Giving it a 25. Not bad.
Pretty bad.
Not as bad as it could have been. It could have been a 30, but it was. And,
Nah, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I'm saying it could have been bad if they really
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
tried to.
would have been, Killer Snowman in space.
The next two were Paul's last episodes. This is the last. This is in December. So the first one is Tropical Vampire.
Ugh, that was such a
Which
weird
Paul
movie.
was like, who can I invite? And he decided he wanted Sarah Atkins. And Sarah was just like, oh, God, please. I do horror film lovers for you guys, and you made me watch that Deadly Prey movie already? Oh, God, what do you mean?
This was vampires. She likes vampires.
And it was hot female vampire. She likes,
Yeah.
she's bisexual, so she likes her ladies,
There you go.
so there you go. It was terrible, though.
Yeah, because it's incoherent. I had no idea what was going on.
Nope.
So weird. But at the same time, there were a lot of interesting style choices that I think we all kind of liked.
Did you find it on Tubi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you gave it an 8.5. I gave it a 9. She gave it an 8. Total making it 25.5.
Yeah. There were some interesting style choices that we kind of appreciated. But unfortunately, there was a lot to that film that just got lost because we didn't know what the hell was going on.
And on top of that, our final episode got a 30, of course, because it almost feels like if it doesn't get a 30, it gets close to a 30. Like, was it Curse of Mummy Cat should have been a 30,
Ugh.
but
Paige!
Paige didn't know better, and
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
she was like me. She thought you were saving a worse movie or whatever.
Oh, I'm always
Now
saving
she's
worse movies.
yeah, but no. They're all add up. They're all the same. They're all 10.
Don't let that stop you from giving it the score you think it deserves.
So, it was
Queen Zuzu.
Zuzu, Queen of the Monsters, got a 30, by you, me, and Jenn, and we talked about that earlier.
So cute. Silly.
That was it. That was the season, man. And once again, the ones that we did earlier this year, I can barely remember.
Yeah, I know.
That stuff.
It's
It's gonna be even
strong.
worse. It's gonna be worse next year when we do the recap because we started the next season in September, of this
Good
year.
Lord.
So we've already started the next season,
Yep.
which will have 4 episodes per in the season. So looking forward to that.
It's going to be a lot more of us yapping.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we've been going on for this episode because of that stuff or the everything. This has been a long episode.
Time to wrap it up.
I think so. Was there anything we needed to share about like some of these episodes or whatever?
It felt a little scattershot, I think, on my end because I would have these movies and then I'd find something on Tubi that was even worse. I'd be like, oh my God. And I would kind of wedge a few of them in there. Like I didn't really plan on doing the weird Brazilian vampire movie. But
Yeah, Tropical Vampire.
I found it and started watching and I was just like, what the hell
and we
is
needed
this?
to do like, because a lot of times we can't just all meet in the studio all the time.
Right.
And it's easier to find people on Zoom. It really is.
Right.
A harder thing to do is find movies sometimes that, that are available on,
Like Drunken Wu-Tang. I've been wanting to do that forever, but we never really had the opportunity when we had everybody here for it.
You said, like, didn't they just release it on, like, DVD or something?
They did, but it's the actual Chinese version, so it's got English subtitles, but it doesn't have that wonderful, wonderful dubbing that makes the
Yeah.
movie so much fun.
The dubbing is what makes it fun.
Oh, yeah.
And so silly. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's kind of a double-edged sword. We like Zoom because we can have someone like Sarah Atkins or somebody like Jackie or somebody like Angel Bradford, Kate Phoenix,
James L. Edwards.
James L. Edwards, John Johnson on our show, MeeChee. Sometimes she can't come to the studio or something, or whatever.
But we like having this stuff here because it's more of a party feeling when you come in here.
When you come here and you watch the movie all together and you're all kind of joking on it and kind of
eating snacks
and
stuff.
having fun, like it's a different experience than watching it on your own and then reviewing it later.
Right.
So I don't know. It was fun.
10, 12 years down the road, I hopefully retire, and then I'll get to do this all the time.
Yeah,
It'd be great.
definitely. But but right now you don't get that opportunity. You only get it if you get time off or whatever, which I think you have a little bit.
Oh
of time
yeah,
off.
I got a nice big chunk coming up.
Yeah, so you're gonna be doing a little bit of taking off. We got So everybody knows Lenore will be back already, so we'll
Yay.
get some more stuff with Lenore.
Visiting for a week.
Yeah, if we find her, if she's not, if she's visiting and checking us out, we're going to do a couple episodes.
I know
with
my
her.
sister has plans for a couple of nights, and I know she wants to go see the Cat Cafe, but we will make sure to squeeze in a couple episodes.
Yep, that's the hope. And if you can do other stuff too, while you guys are just sitting at home, do it, because that's one of the chances you're gonna get.
Yeah, I may do a Forgotten Horror Classics with her. We'll see.
Yeah, things like that. See, it's nice to have people around and able to do that.
I am set up next weekend for Joe Lynn, so that Saturday, not the one that you're there. So maybe it's Saturday, or I forget which day it is, but she's supposed to be coming over, so we'll have both of them there. So
nice.
Yeah.
Always love having both of them, and
Joe Lynn's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Joe Lynn's sweetie. So there you go.
The thing with her is that she works every other weekend, and I have my game every other weekend, and they don't always line up, so it's tough to get Joe all the time.
Yeah. Speaking of Joe Turk, it was great having him this season.
Yeah, he was a lot more involved this year.
Yeah, let's try to get him more involved this coming year. We also do a Hollywood Boulevard podcast together, and that is the new season has started, so we're doing that, and then you were actually on the Excalibur episode.
Yep.
And
with who else was on there?
Alfred Crane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Alfred is our co-host.
We got to get Alfred on. We haven't had Alfred on one of our stinky movie podcasts yet, have we?
No, he's harder to get. I think he's busy. Yeah. He's always honestly, because of the time for Hollywood Boulevard, it's usually that is the time, and it's Wednesday at 6. And so, and it wouldn't be the same if we had to have him drive over.
There's some folks, like Rebecca Reinhardt, dying to get her back onto the show.
She wasn't in this season.
Not this season.
No, she's in next season. She's in next season.
That's why we had to shelve Sexploitation Sleazecast for a while.
She was doing 80s horror films, and then we got to the 9th episode. We were supposed to do the 10th, but unfortunately, she picked a movie that was in the 90s and not the 80s. Mm-hmm. We both thought it was the 80s. I think even you thought it was the 80s, but it was a 90s movie, and then we were like, shit, we need to do that for 90s horror films, I guess, not for 80s horror films. So she'll be back when we do it for that one, but then we didn't get the 10th episode. Right. You know how that kind of bothers me sometimes?
Oh, yeah. Trust me, we didn't finish Sexploitation Sleazecast on 8. We finished it on 7, and that's why I want to do an 8th episode and tack it on there. It does. It bothers me.
It bothers me because I like completing something.
I would like 10, frankly, but I'll be happy with 8 rather than 7.
8 is better. Sometimes some of the episodes, like Hollywood Knockbusters, in the beginning I only had 3 episodes that I did for a season. And I was almost going to do that for this season. I have 5. And then I was like, why don't I just continue it in the next year and have that season? Because just making another season later and then trying to make sure, whatever, might as well just continue it. Yeah. So it's going to be still the same season. I just don't like that because we did that with Film Freaks this was it this year or last year? It was not this year. Whatever. The one of the latest seasons, we started in when Kate and all them were around in November or something, and then it went all the way to November of this year, October. We didn't do 12 episodes, but we did 10. 10, I think. But it felt weird because I'm wait. Weren't we doing this?
Well, it's a shame because Film Freaks is one of those shows we could do all the time. I have a
it was mainly
load of movies.
It's also What the Fuck Friday took a break for a while and then we came back, and that felt like forever because that was July all the way to September.
I have a ton of movies for both What the Fuck Friday and for Film Freaks. The problem is that we have to give them a break so we can get other shows like Criterion Watch, which has been shriveling on the vine for a long time.
Yeah, we just started. We brought that back. Even then, we weren't able to get one for this, this month. I don't think we're gonna unless you can do it on your own with Lenore or somebody. But we haven't had time because we have. I mean, especially during the
so we need one for
holidays. What?
We need one for December.
I mean, if you want to get one done in December, go right ahead. You know. So I'm saying that now, and who knows, by the end of December, you might have one, which is fine with me. I don't care when we get it
I mean,
out.
I have time off, so
Yeah.
it's easy for me to jump in the car, drive up, and we can do it.
Okay.
So let's just get it done.
Jesus.
Just get it done, man.
Well, also, I have other episodes, too, I'm doing,
And it's
too.
my episode, right?
Right, it's
Yeah,
your
okay.
episode. But
I'll
I have
find
other
one.
episodes of other shows that I'm still doing, so
Sure.
we'll just have to work on the scheduling for that. But yeah, I'm down now that you're a little free. But yeah, so
Rocky won't mind.
Rocky will come cuddle with you the whole time. Leave me, make me all jealous. You know, like whatever. That's what happened with Criterion Watch with Citizen Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky went and cuddled with you, which is completely fine. Actually, I kind of like that because I'm not the one being harassed. You know, I love
Well,
that.
ladies used to do it all the time too. So.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Like, I think that about wraps up. There's so much going on. 2023 is going to be a busy fucking
I can't
year.
believe it's 2023.
I know, it's about to be, and this won't even be out by... See, actually, what's interesting about this year is that this is going to end on 2022. Usually, it starts the next, year. It starts the first Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be the last Monday in 2022 that this comes out. So just think about that.
Right.
That things are so different this year compared to, whatever.
Yeah,
So
every year is special.
every year definitely is special. So I'm very happy that we're able to do the show, and it's very happy we're able to just have everybody back. It was great. It's always great to see Jenn. It's always great to see MeeChee. It's always great to see everybody we got to see and celebrate the holidays. So happy holidays, everybody. I know this will be after Christmas that this comes out, but I hope you guys had a great Christmas.
Happy cow days.
And oh man, the next season will start the whole new year
There you go.
off. So just look forward to that. And
We're ready to start yapping.
if there's something you wanted us to do, join our Patreon.
Please do.
And request something from us. We'll take requests, and if we don't do it for
Or dares. How about that?
yeah, if we don't do it for like a regular Indie Film Cafe episode, we might just do it for Patreon, or something, trying to help get our Patreon people. And to the fine people who are, still
Thank you
supporting
so
us
much.
through Patreon, we really appreciate you guys and would love more people. And it's not just because we want more money, but because we want this to be more of a community.
Tell everybody.
We want to be more of a community, and we want to help, get more information out there about these films and everything.
That's right.
So thank you guys so much for checking this out. Join us at indiefilmcafe.reviews, indiefilmcafe.podbean.com, sickflickproductions.com, which I need to start updating some more. And let's do, and patreon.com/indiefilmcafe if you want to help us out. But until then, everybody, have a good one and have a happy Moo Year.
Happy Moo Year.
Happy Moo Year, everybody.
See you on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye. On microphone or?
Yep. All on microphone.
It's gonna be loud.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's fine with me. Alright, so who wants to go first?
Are we on?
Yep, we're on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. I probably got to introduce what we're doing.
Puma.
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 Puma man.